So, there have been reports speculating about the WWE Hall of Fame class of 2023, and rumors have suggested that the first name that is going to be announced in the induction is Batista, and that Batista will be a part of WWE's Hall of Fame class of 2023. I wanted to know your impressions, how you feel about him joining this class.
Oh, I love it actually. I love Batista growing up as a kid, and I love all the work that he has done in WWE, even if it wasn't all that long of his stay. I feel like if you ask any other person that used to watch wrestling that stopped it a long time ago, like Batista, again, as short as his career was in WWE, he was very rememberable.
Mhm.
Um, and I think, by the way, he's a pretty good actor, pretty good innovator. He's entertaining in his own way. He's very unintentionally funny. Like, as soon as you said Batista, my brain couldn't help but to think about that time he was arguing with Triple H for the build up to WrestleMania for the one in 2019, and he didn't know
Give me
what to
what I
say,
want.
so he just started saying,
Give me
"Give
what
me
I
what I
want.
want."
Give me what I want.
And he said he didn't know. He forgot his words. So he just kept repeating it. And it made us laugh. Like,
Right.
he's just funny. He's unintentionally funny. But he was that dude back then. Honestly, it kind of makes me upset that he didn't have more title runs. But when I do think of the World Heavyweight Championship, I think of him. When I think about the Royal Rumble, I think about him because, I mean, yeah, he had that infamous over the top rope with John Cena. I
Mhm.
can't remember who won that one, but I know he did win a Royal Rumble. I forgot which
Mhm.
one. But I feel like he had and then his whole work with Evolution and stuff like that. Like, he's done a lot for someone that hasn't been there for that long of a time. Um, I mean, hell, I mean, like, growing up as a kid and shit. Like, what were the first few moves you did with you and your cousins or your brother or your friends? A fucking Batista bomb, for crying out loud.
Yep.
Everyone knows what a fucking Batista bomb is, whether you watch wrestling or not. Like, that man is an icon in his own right. And it's kind of weird that it took this long, because I would feel like if they wanted to induct him, it would have been the year he had that match with Hunter, which, by the way, I saw that in person. That match was fucking amazing.
It was. I was there
Again,
too.
I love Batista. Wait, you went to WrestleMania in
Angie,
2019?
if you want to know something, Angie, me, and Nora were at WrestleMania at 35.
That is so insane. And fast forward, I am your co-host. That is so
That's wicked.
fucking wild. What?
I have a.
That
I
is
have a.
crazy. I'm on one side of the ring wearing a Bianca Belair cosplay outfit, and we're watching the same show.
I, w- I would. I have a. I have a WrestleMania 35 story, and then I'll get into my little Batista take. So, oh, Angie's
Yeah.
gonna kill. Angie's not gonna kill me, but Angie's gonna kill me. So we were in the nosebleeds, and there was a point in time where Angie was like, "Yo, I'm trying to get by the ring." I'm like, "Bro, we can't do that. It's Mania. Security is tight down there." He's like, "All right." 15, 20 minutes go by. Yo, bro, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I'm like, all right, cool. So,
Angie.
so 10 minutes go by, 15 minutes go by, 20 minutes go by, 30 minutes go by. He's not back at his seat. And I'm just like, where is this man? I call him. Yo, bro, where you at? Oh, I'm ringside. I'm like, since when were you ringside? How did you get ringside, bro? I'm gonna tell you afterwards. Do you want a chair? I was like, I bet, yeah, I want a chair, but like the whole time now I'm tight because like he's second, third row from the ring. I'm in the nosebleeds. Kofi wins the title. I'm thinking I'm gonna be with my bro watching this happen. He over there having the time of his life at ringside, and I'm up here in the nosebleeds. The whole
Angie
show
was
had
on a mission.
Angie was on a mission. I go see him. He's like, "All right, meet me outside the stadium after the show." I meet him outside the stadium after the show. This man, it's pouring rain, mind you, because yeah, pouring rain. This man is standing there in his sweatsuit with two WrestleMania chairs, just smiling from ear to ear, and I was just so weak. But that man forsook me. So Angie, that yeah, I had to say that story on air. But as it
Angie
pertains,
is amazing for that.
he
And
he
honestly, I love that. Like, he did not just go into a whole other state to not come out with anything. Like,
right, and he had a
I'm not
full.
sure. I'm not.
It's the
Yeah.
fact that I have a WrestleMania chair in my room that he gave me from that event.
That
wild.
is
But
fucking fire. I am jealous because you know what's funny? Like I had a thought in my head to go like rush to the front because I saw Edge, and from where I was sitting, he was way to the left when he was on screen, and people kept
yeah,
sending me Edge, and I kept saying to myself, "I'm definitely gonna rush the barricade. I'm gonna jump over." Like I had all these thoughts in my head, but Angie's about that life. Angie left the
Angie was like,
motherfucking
"You."
nosebleed.
Angie was like, "You ain't going?
Yeah,
Great, I will." So
like y'all
yeah,
have to understand how big that stadium was. They did not do it justice showing it on camera. Like that stadium is huge. So I can't
huge.
imagine how he made his little ass from up there all the way to the front. Like, excuse me, sir. Nobody stopped you. Nobody asked you where you was going.
So and
I can't.
when I asked him, I was like, "How did you get to the front?" He was like, "Because of the Miz Shane McMahon match." Because remember, there was a point in time where Miz and Shane had that match where they were going around the arena, and there was just a crowd that was just following them. So he joined that crowd that
Oh,
followed him. So yeah, but it was wicked. But anyway,
Angie's
Batista.
amazing.
Batista is a very, very underrated WWE superstar who is closely associated with the 2000s. And I feel like he doesn't get the love that Cena or Randy Orton gets because obviously because of Cena and Randy Orton's longevity. But I feel like he had a very, very memorable career. Um, he's everybody asks me like, who comes to mind when you think of SmackDown? Who comes to mind when you think of the World Heavyweight Championship? And the names that come to mind are Triple H, Batista,
Mm-hmm.
Edge, and The Undertaker. And there was a point in time where Batista was holding down that world title on SmackDown. And mind you, SmackDown was considered still the B show. And he elevated that show, he elevated that championship. Obviously, his feud at WrestleMania 21 with Hunter, all time great feud, star making moment at the Staples Center when he won that title. And he's, between his world championship reigns, his feuds with John Cena, his feuds with Randy Orton, his feuds with Triple H, everything that he's done, Undertaker, Edge, like he has a plethora of good stories. And I feel like his Hall of Fame induction is long overdue, but I do find it appropriate if he were to be inducted into the Hall of Fame that it is happening in the same city where he won his first World Heavyweight Championship, which is Los Angeles, because he won it at WrestleMania
Mm.
21.
Wow.
Now, I do
Hmm.
believe um that the reports are true. I do believe that we're going to get an announcement soon saying that Batista will be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, and he rightfully deserves it. Um, Also, another point to go off of his acting thing, his range is incredible as an actor. A lot of people say that Batista's range as an actor, may be better than The Rock's. And to be honest, I can see where somebody has that argument because of how many movies he starred in and the variety of roles that he's covered. So I think Batista does have incredible range, but as far as him and as a wrestler and his wrestling career, it's storied. He deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, and I'm very, very excited for his speech. And like we love Batista. Batista has always been someone who's an ally, someone who's always spoken up for social justice, someone who's always spoken up and been vocal about change and Black Lives Matter. And I think I respect that the most about him than anything. So shout outs to Batista if the reports are true. I will be buying that Hall of Fame merch. But I want to know how everybody else feels about Batista's potential induction into the WWE Hall of Fame. But we are moving